reiterated some of the facts that we heard in direct. So she said things like, so there was a total of 80 to 90 agents that, that did this search, kind of hinting that that's a very excessive amount. And then she said, and, you found 6 people on the property that were, one was a music producer, and essentially everybody else was employees. Like, I think one person was the house manager, and then the others were cleaning staff. And she said, so you handcuffed all those people for an hour? And he's like, well, it wasn't necessarily an hour, but there was one person who wasn't too happy, that wasn't cooperating, so we kept them in cuffs longer. And then she was like, he wasn't happy because he was in handcuffs. And then, she said, and you found nothing on those people, no drugs, no weapons. He said no. And she also kind of made the point, like, you had all these cars there, and you actually had a boat come in. And he's like, yes. And she said, so you did this search and seizure, by land and by sea. Just really hinting at the fact that maybe they overdid it. Or that's what I took from her tone and her cross. She also talked about the AR-15s, made it very clear that when the jury was shown these AR-15s, they were in one piece, and that at the Miami home, they were not in one piece. They were separated, and they were actually found in separate places. The top of the closet, the bottom, or so we think, because she elicited testimony from him saying that they didn't take a lot of before pictures of the evidence, mainly after pictures. And she also kind of stressed that, like you said, like this is your job to take photos, and you should take these photos as close to the location of where you found this evidence as possible. And he said, yeah. And then, she pointed to this photo we saw of all these shoes and I don't remember, it was the the lower barrels of the AR-15s, yes. And they were kind of scattered on the floor. And she kind of was like, well, we don't know where these were found exactly because we don't have photos. And, she pointed to another photo of Diddy's bedroom where the pillows were kind of messed up on a couch. And she said, so there's no before here. And then she showed us a photo of the gates, the opening gates to the house that were kind of pushed through by the CERT team. And the special agent testified that that's how they had to get through to the house. They had to push through these gates, and one of the gates was very severely damaged. So, she's like, so you didn't take a picture of the gate before, just after. She was just really kind of, hammering him. And then